Drum. They'll also capsize boats into the water. Just knock them straight into the water. They are crazy territorial, those hippos. Now we'll try to see the hippos in a second, but if you look in the very back part of the habitat, there's an animal walking around back there. You might see dark chestnut colored fur, has some zebra stripes on its leg. That's an okapi back there, also named to Africa. A lot less dangerous. Okapis, even though they have zebra stripes, their closest living relative is the
elephant.
Actually, it's the giraffe. Yeah, they got long necks, you can see. And they also got little bumps on top of their head. And really long purple tongues, too. Now, they can do something really gross with their tongues. You want to know what it is?
Prehensile.
They can lick their ears clean. Delicious. Now, why would an animal need to do that? Well, besides the flavor, they do that so they can hear each other. Okapis make a noise so low in register that humans can't hear without technology, and their predators like leopards cannot hear them as well. So it's like a little secret Okapi text messaging while they talk to each other. Frequency only they can hear. Kind of crazy, yeah? Now here at the San Diego Zoo, we're all about conservation, saving species around the world, being an ally for wildlife, and we do that at 8 different conservation hubs in 72 countries around the world. So in Central Africa, we're working with the country of Cameroon and building a new national park called the Ibu Forest National Park. Now we actually rescued these monkeys that hopefully you can see in a second from the illegal bushmeat trade in Africa. So we're going into certain countries, even actually here in our own backyard, natural preserves in San Diego. We're going to build protected land. That way these animals can be safe from hunting, safe from habitat loss, really make a difference. So in Africa, we're building that Ibu Forest National Park, helping out those monkeys, so no more hunted for the illegal bushmeat trade. And right here in our own backyard, we're saving species as well. Now we're going to be taking a left right here at map marker 15. But if you were to go on the right-hand side, that would lead you over to the red pandas out in that direction. That's upper left-hand side of the map. Alright, now we're taking a left here. A little busy today, I guess so. It's a holiday weekend, why not? Zoo's wonderful, and look at that. More flamingos. That's a flamboyance of flamingos. Let's call a group of flamingos. These are greater flamingos native to Africa. A little less pink than those American flamingos that we saw earlier. You might also notice their knees bend backwards. Just helps them catch their food, you know, the shrimp and snails. And we're passing by the Kangaroo Bus Stop right now. That bus will pick you up and drop you off at 4 different spots in the zoo. Looks like this one, but serves a different function. It is a wonderful way to get around the zoo. That way you don't have to walk up all these steep hills. Now that Kangaroo Bus is where you can hop on and hop off like a city bus, and it'll take you up to the top of the steepest hill here at the zoo. This is the Polar Hill. Now, you guys don't have to walk up it now, but if you find yourself down here later in the day, take the bus up to the top. Save yourself a cardio day here on vacation or staycation. Now, as we're coming up this hill, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Kevin. I've been coming to the zoo since before I was 2. Born and raised San Diego. I love the zoo so much, I always wanted to work here. Now I do. Got my master's degree here at the San Diego Zoo, and it was really cool. I actually got to travel around the world and take part in a few of those projects, which is amazing. What's really cool, how many other conservation organizations that we partner with, as well as accredited zoos. Accredited zoos, that means we're going to work with zoos that are held to really high standards of habitat design, wildlife care specialist training, and keeping the animals and people safe along the way as well. Now coming up on the right-hand side, those are some Sphinx gazelles. They have the black stripe on their side. Our lesser cuties have their white stripes down their back. So they have a species survival plan with each of those gazelles. Basically, we might move a male or female from one zoo to another, and if they click, they'll have genetically diverse babies that we can re-release into the wild. Now we're going to get it on our left-hand side, give it the good old college try and try to find some polar bears. Now it's about a 50-50 shot if we'll see some polar bears this time of the day. We'll pause right here. You guys can actually stand up, take a look around, let me know if there's any polar bears out. I actually can't tell myself, but the brakes are engaged, so you're welcome to stand up. I'll tell you before we get going again. Now polar bears are the only bears that are not barefoot. Tiny little hairs on the bottom of their feet so they don't slip on the ice. Now of course this is San Diego, this is a November day when it's 75. Ice does not come naturally, so we provide enriching experiences. Polar bears, if we get warm, they go diving in that water. They get snow inside their habitat. They roll around and slide in like a water slide. Even fishicles on hot days, like a fishy flavored popsicle, anchovies, sardines, etc. I'm going to start up that engine again, so go ahead and find your seats. typically this is where luck actually gets better and better throughout the day. We're going to go up into our Elephant Odyssey. And before we do, we're going to pass by some more cute hoofed animals, including another baby animal I'll point out in a second. But coming up in the next two habitats will be the Bontoboc antelope. They're native to South Africa. In fact, there's even a Bontoboc National Park that's hoping to bring them back from the brink of extinction, as well as their own species survival plan. In these next two habitats, looks like mainly the second one here laying down. They're going to have that dark brown fur white on their nose, their rumps, and the S-shaped horns. There they are. Now, in Swahili, Bontoboc means patchwork antelope. All those colors look like they're haphazardly thrown together. And here's the baby animal, or before we get too far, our southern Gerno. So, adult and baby right next to each other on the front left-hand side. That baby's about 6-7 months old now. It's like nibbling down on some leaves. Delicious. Now, Gerno in Somali translates into giraffe neck, and you can really see why that long skinny neck helps them reach the best leaves in town. Now, here at the top of the Polar Hill, well, this is where you could ride the Sky-Fari aerial tram. It's a bit of a line. If you see it down to where it's at here, it's about 10 to 12 minutes. It will get crazy busy later in the day. So if you do want to ride the Sky Tram, definitely recommend it, preferably after this bus ride. That way, you don't have to wait the 40 to 50 minute line that might come later today, like it was yesterday. Well, that Sky Tram is free. It's included with the price of your admission. You can take it here at Sky-Fari West. We'll bring you to the front of the zoo. Of course, inversely, you can take it from the front of the zoo back over here. And you get beautiful views of downtown San Diego, Balboa Park, and oftentimes inside the animals' habitats. Of course, the Sky Tram runs until 5 p.m., and that's the same time as we close tonight, 5 p.m. So you don't have to stay here the whole time, though. You can always leave and come back. Just get a hand stamp at the exit. Sometimes it's nice to get an early dinner, maybe a nice fish taco, maybe some street tacos. Come back to the zoo, see the animals here. Those big cats and hippos, typically a little bit more active later in the day. Now we're about to enter our Elephant Odyssey, get into those great views of some animals. And Elephant Odyssey, we basically themed it around animals that used to live in Southern California, or their relatives did, about 12,000 years ago or longer. We're talking about animals like the mammoth, the giant ground sloth, and the American lion all used to reside here back in the day. Now coming up to one of my favorite animals here, real fast. On the left-hand side, the real name of this animal is the South African rock hyrax. However, I like to call them the fluffy tater tots, or the parkour potatoes. You see them right there, those cute little guinea pig looking animals? I see about 6 right now myself. Can you spot them all? There's one up top on the right, a couple in the back left-hand side. Adorable. Now they're my favorite because they parkour, jump around all those rocks and perches. They huddle together for warmth, little cuddle puddles together, and get this, those guinea pig looking critters are related to elephants. Yeah, elephants. So similar toes, skeletal structures, and tiny little tusks inside their mouth. It's crazy. Classification can be quite quirky. Now that's my favorite animal. On the right, I know a lot of other people's favorites. We got lions over here, and Ernest just has his tongue sticking out. Ernest and Ellen are back-to-back sleeping right there on that perch behind the tree. Now, lions are crepuscular. It means they're normally awake around sunrise and sunset, sleeping in the middle of the day and sleeping in the middle of the night. So right now, it is definitely nap time. Now, blue lions called the pride lions, and just like with humans, it's females that do most of the work. Gotta give credit where credit's due. 90% of the hunting done by the females. Now those male lions, well, they do a little hunting, but their main job is to defend the pride, you know, from other lions encroaching on their territory, or animals like hyenas. I think we've all seen Lion King. That's pretty cute. Look at that tongue out. We sometimes do Tongue Out Tuesday on social media. Ernest has definitely made his fair share of appearances there. Of course, you can always visit on social media for more pictures, stories, videos of our animals. One of our favorite days is Saturdays. We call them Catterdays. Meow. Lions, tigers, jaguars, snow leopards, and more. All to be found on there. Now let's get the back last view, and then let's see what else we can find here on our journey together. love it. Now this is called Elephant Honesty, but before we get to those elephants, look at that on the ground, right where the driver's at, moving around a Jaguar. Now he's moving right behind the rock, so let's see if he'll move to stop where we can see him again. Now Jaguar is about a third of the size of a lion. However, they have a bite force that's 3 times stronger. That's where they get the nickname Skull Crusher. Yeah, they are powerful predators. There it is in the kind of back right-hand side, walking away from the bus at this moment. Now they're agile in the trees, fast on land, but these cats love to swim too. Dangerous animals though. It looks like just out of our view. That's okay. We'll stay with those elephants over here. And you might wonder, why are the Jaguars next to the elephants? And so I can tell you this joke, of course. What do you get when you mix a Jaguar with an elephant? A nice car with a lot of trunk space. Thank you. I've been here all day. Now I know there's an elephant in between the trees there, but I'm going to try to put you in the best position to see the elephants. It's not really that easy right there. You can just see a little bit of it on the right side here too, but that's one of our African bush elephants. You can tell because they have big ears, really big ears. That's because those African bush elephants live out in the savannas, the Serengetis of Africa, the grassland essentially. It's hot out there, not a lot of shade. So they use those big ears to fan themselves off. We call it ear conditioning. I know, cute, cute. Now we also have Asian elephants here at the zoo. They're going to have much smaller ears, about half the size. That's because look at the rainforest. Lots of shade out there, plus the rivers and lakes that they're used to might even chase a couple waterfalls. And speaking of waterfalls, on the right-hand side here at the Elephant Care Center, that's where elephants can get their showers, dental work done, but also a spa-like experience. Talking about a couple of pedicures, you know, they get their little tootsies done, and they do it for happiness. They love it.